Man, what's going down, everybody? This is your boy Reckless Talk with the Jeremy G podcast. Man, we are back with that boy Hip Hop Sack, episode 27, kicking it with the extremely talented my boy Hip Hop Sack. What's going down, brother?
What's going on, man? It's all good.
Man, major blessing that you're here. Everybody that's watching, for everybody gonna be watching in the future, that was a little sample of one of his songs he does. This dude is amazing, man. This is where hip hop meets jazz, and it is magical. Real for real. Major blessing for you to be on here, brother. For real, man. Been following you for a while, and man, H-Town stand up. You know what I mean?
Already.
Man, let's get started, man. Let's tell us about Hip Hop Sack. What you like as a kid?
Well, as a kid, I started playing saxophone in high school. You know, I ain't even gonna hold y'all. I wanted to get girls, so my older sister played sax, so she just kind of showed me the ropes a little bit. And then after that, I got with some folks, and they helped me out. Next thing you know, I'm marching down the field playing DMX, Cisco, you know, all the stuff that was hot at the time. From there, I sang in the choir at my church, but my voice was terrible. One day, my mom was like, "Hey, why don't you bring your saxophone to church?" I was like, "That's a good idea." And then since then, they was like, "Yeah, why don't we just have you do that?" You know, and it's been on ever since then.
That was your way of your mom was saying you cannot sing respectfully.
Yes. Yes, sir.
That's awesome, man. And that's actually that goes into my next question. So you said you was in high school playing the saxophone. So was it really just girls that got you started into it? Like you never had any type of anything to be like, I want to play saxophone or any type of instrument? You was like, I want some girls, and this is what girls like.
Well, yeah, pretty much. Like when I got to high school, you know, at first I was like, well, maybe I'll do drums. But then I kind of looked at sax. I was like, nah, that actually does look more fun to kind of do the saxophone thing. You know, then I had my sister who was a senior at the time to kind of help me out. So I was like, less of an uphill battle, get someone to kind of teach you and show you the ropes. So, I just kind of went with that and, kept it going from there.
Man, that's crazy. Like, with listening to you play the saxophone, you would think you've been playing 20, 30 years. Like, for real. Like, you would not think that you started in high school. That's amazing. That's crazy.
Well, honestly, it has been about 20 years because I was about 15 when I started, I'm actually 37, yeah. Most people be like, man, you look young. I be like, hey, I'll take it.
I keep forgetting we up there in age because I still get carded and I'm about to be 36. So I get it. So that's awesome.
No doubt.
A lot of people got started in the church. Obviously, you didn't. But when you started playing in the church, did it give you more confidence?
Definitely. Because, like even to this day, I still play for my home church. So they kind of like the MD there, he like really helps me out and gave me a lot of game and knowledge as far as music, how to play it, when to play it and stuff like that. So I still appreciate that to this day. Like my church were like my number one boosters as far as like, giving me opportunities, giving me space to shine and do my thing. So I'm so appreciative of them for that.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's real awesome. Yeah, a lot of, because I asked that because a lot of artists, whether you play an instrument or you just sing, that's where a lot of people get their start at in the church.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's awesome that you still play for them and they still showing you love and they gave you a chance to begin with. So that's definitely awesome. When did you realize that you had a special gift and this is what you wanted to do with life?
Well, I'm kind of quote Will Smith. I've never viewed myself as particularly talented. I always jokingly say, hey, I'm the worst saxophonist in Houston. I can think of about 7 people off the top of my head better than me. But what I do is I just really work hard. And I think something that a lot of people don't do is just put stuff out there. Just go. If people rock with it, they great. If they don't, hey, you can hit them again. It's not like you put something out that's bad that don't hit. And it's like, oh, man, it's over. It's like, all right, that didn't work. Let me come back with another one. That don't work. Let me come back with another one. So that's always been my mindset. Keep going because nobody's ever going to get it perfect every single time. You just keep working, keep putting stuff out there, and you go from there.
Yeah. I definitely agree with that, man. Cause you know, my fellow podcasters, or I got friends that's doing things with life, and they get negative feedback, and I tell them what you do, regardless how good you are at it, it's not gonna be for everybody. You could be the greatest at what you do, and there's gonna be people that don't rock with you. You know what I mean? But as long as you know you got that fan base, keep doing what you're doing. Real.
Yeah, yeah. And on that note, there's always gonna be some naysayers, some haters. I'm not gonna put nobody's name out there, but a couple of days ago, I had, you know, somebody they you know, I always get comments whenever people see my videos and stuff. And somebody, they had shared it, and it was another saxophonist from some other state or something like that, and he was kind of tagging other saxophonists. He was like, "Man, this dude's getting flued out everywhere, man. And I know we killing him, and da 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 da. We need to." And I was like, and I could have taken that to a negative place, but I just kind of commented on this thing. I was like, "Hey, yo, bro, like I'm not stopping you from doing anything. Like, it's plenty of out here for all of us. Like, you just got to go out there and get it." And, you know, he actually manned up and kind of apologized to me in the DMs. I was like, "Bro, it's all good, you know." And I get it. Sometimes, man, you see someone shine a little bit brighter than you, and it's like, when's my turn gonna come? You know, and it's like, bro, you got to get out there and get it. That's it, you know. And, you know, to his credit, you know, I think we're good. You know, I just had to address that and just be like, you know, on some grown man stuff. You know, if you feel that way, that's cool, but I wouldn't put it out there publicly, because that's gonna make you look kind of crazy to your fans. You did?
Yeah, exactly. And unfortunately, man, that's the music industry for you. You know, instead of somebody hears something hot out, instead of saying, "Man, that's hot," maybe I could collab with them or learn from them. It's, "Oh, we're better than them." Yeah. You know what I mean? The hate is just, I don't get it. Like you said, it's enough for everybody to eat. It's enough for everybody to eat, and enough for everybody to learn from each other. Really. Who would you say is your biggest supporters growing up?
Man, my dad, hands down. He believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. Like, he was like, "Man, you can do something with that saxophone." Like, I mean, they would put me in lessons and get me with people because I started gigging professionally back in 2011. And all the equipment I needed, he got it for me. Whatever I needed, he got it for me. He learned how to do sound. He started, and he was pushing me. Like, he's a professional photographer now. He started doing that because he had bought a camera and was just kind of taking pictures of me. And next thing you know, people started asking him about doing photography, and now he's doing it as second to none photography. There you go, Dad. Cheap plug.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna throw a little curveball in here. Who's the better saxophone player, you or your sister?
Oh man, I love my sister, man, but she ain't touched that horn since high school. So, you know, it is what it is.
I had to throw that in there. I had to. Yeah. Oh, let's see. What are you working on now? What can we expect coming in the near future?
A lot more content. Like right now, I'm trying to hit everybody with about 3 different cover videos a day. You know, just showing that range. I'm trying different stuff because I pick up game from everybody. I see a lot of DJs on Instagram. They putting out these like mixes that'll be like 60 seconds, but they showing a whole lot of range. I'm doing the same thing with the saxophone. Like right now, the one that's really hitting is that Jill Scott versus Erykah Badu, where I'm doing about 2 minutes of their best stuff and just letting people decide, hey, which one y'all rocking with. Hey, right now, Jilly from Philly kind of killing it. That's all I'm saying.
I was just watching that video before we got on here. I literally just watched that one. Man, I like that Zero one you did. I Hate You by Zero. We were jamming to that last night.
Funny thing, that's what really kind of blew the whole thing up because Zero saw it. This was about 2 years ago. He saw it and he posted it. I said, "Oh man, my favorite rapper over, y'all. It's over, man. I can retire now."
That's awesome, man. Man, how did that make you feel, man? Like knowing that he didn't just see it, but he shared it. How did that make you feel?
Bro, that was one of the most proudest moments of my life, you know. Because anybody that's a Roadhead, that's a shout out to the Roadheads. Anybody that's a Zero fan, you know, Zero, you know, he has a reputation of being kind of moody. I was like, man, I hope he don't feel some kind of way because I'm doing it. He showed so much love, man. You know, stand up dude, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, they say never be shot, man. He's everything that I expected and more, man. Great dude.
That's a blessing, man. Major H-Town, stand up, man.
Yes,
for
sir.
real. That's what's up, man. That's awesome, man. That's one thing I can say about the local artists out here, man. They show love. No matter how big they got, they show love. I mean, Zero, the boy Trey, you know what I mean? All them boys be showing love, man. For real, for real. What other instruments do you play besides the saxophone, if any?
So I'm basically just a saxophonist. I have another instrument, that electronic thing you see me playing, that's called an EWI, electronic wind instrument. As I call it, my sax on steroids. You know, that can do some cool stuff. Like, it's got organ sounds in there, flutes. I can do the talk box effect when I want to get my T-Pain on. You know, it's really cool. Okay.
Yeah, I gotta ask that question because I didn't know what instrument that was.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know what it is, but I gotta ask him that.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. That's cool. I know my son's definitely gonna love this episode. He's in concert band, so he be doing his thing too. Please don't ask me what he plays because I don't know. I just know it's a big old instrument.
That's all right. It might be an oboe or a bass clarinet, but whatever it is, just tell them to stick with it because I'm telling you that music thing, especially when the kids are young, like, no one's telling them they can't do something, so he can hop instruments and learn many different instruments. Like a lot of musicians I know are multi-instrumentalists. In fact, these like young ones, these like 20-somethings, like I got two buddies of mine, Al Alexander. He plays trumpet, keyboard, he can play drums, basically anything. And then my boy Jordan Chappell, trombonist, he played bass guitar, keys. If you go to his house, it's like nothing but a big studio over there, man. We be having jam sessions and everything. Shout out to Jordan, man.
Hell yeah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. Hell yeah. All right, let's see. Out of all the covers that you've done, what would you say is your favorite one?
I'm gonna get in trouble for this one. I got 5 on it. When I did it, see, I got 5 on it. Yeah. That was the one. That was the one.
Too.
Yes. Yes.
Man, okay. I seen that one. It's hard. It was hard for me to narrow it down. But that would be a top 3. But I would say for me, my favorite one that you did was the Zero. Okay. I don't know if I'm being biased because I'm in the H-Town, you know what I mean? But that was it for me. Right Actually, that was the first one I've seen.
Yeah.
That was the first one I've seen. So usually how I do when I get my guests, I'll watch what they do for like a good month.
Yeah.
So I seen that about a month ago.
Okay.
And it's been watching you and been scrolling and scrolling. I'm like, all right, I gotta get my eye on here. Yeah. For real. But yeah, that one did it for me right there. Definitely.
All I'm saying is that came from a personal space. You can't play that one and not feel it, not going through that one.
You already know if you hear anybody in the H-Town jam and roll, they're either going through something. Mm-hmm. It's something because Ro tells a story, and a lot of times it's some depressing shit. You know what I mean? So you know somebody feeling it in the heart or feeling something when they got him going.
Yeah.
When you're not performing or practicing, what is a normal day in your life?
Wake up and mess with my wife because she works from home. So I'd be like, "What you doing? What you doing? What you doing?" She's like, "Man, go somewhere."
Like a little kid.
Yeah. Yeah. But honestly, like my day, I'm getting up and I'm like, let me get my post ready for the day. Let me start reaching out to different venues. Let me follow up with clients, of course, work on my craft. That's pretty much it. Like it really is a grind. It's a daily grind, and I guess a misconception about being a full-time musician that people think you just get to sit around. No, it's really boring because if you want to get out there, and this is to everybody that's aspiring to be a full-time musician or a full-time artist, you got to go out there. You got to do a lot of boring stuff. Like the covers and the posts, that's about 5% of the work. Like that's the fun part. The boring part is recording that stuff, making mistakes, starting from the top, making sure everything is mixed down right. Then you got to reach out to people. Then you got to follow up with people the long way. Because, Facebook and Instagram, like if you DM people too much, man, they're going to put you on timeout. So you got to slowly reach out to people and make sure that you're building trust. Like, that's why I put out so much content, because no one's going to bring me out to their city if they don't trust me. So I have to be like, no, I'm serious about this. Like, that's why I put out so much content. Like when people say, oh man, why you showing yourself on the flight? It's just to show, hey, look, I'm really out here trying to work and trying to do it. So, if you send that deposit, I'm coming, because this is my reputation on the line. I can't, can't no-show nobody.
I'm glad you touched on that. Because I tell people all the time, what you see in that 4-minute video, you don't realize how many hours, how many days, sometimes weeks it took to make that 4 minutes perfect. You know what I mean? It's a lot more than, this 4-minute video. That's all it took them. And I use the same example for my podcasting. You guys see 10 to 30-minute episodes, 45-minute episodes. Just for you alone, it took a week to prepare. You know what I mean? On top of promoting, finding the right pictures, finding the right songs, finding the right time to post a promotion post. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, people don't realize it's a lot. It's a whole lot, especially for you guys. You know what I mean? And that's why I like to start off with that first question. Tell us about who you were as a kid, because I tell people, especially with up and coming artists, you want people to buy into you. They buy into your confidence. They buy into your story. Once they they see your confidence and they buy into you as a person, they're going to buy into your music and buy into anything else you're doing, and everything else will fall into place. You know what I mean? So like you said, when people ask me, why are you posting that you're on a plane? So it takes the one right person to see you're on a plane, you're willing to leave your state or go wherever to perform and make that money and make people happy. You know what I mean? That it takes one big timer to see that and be like, you know what? This is the guy I want on my team. This is the guy I want to hire. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, definitely respect it. It's a hustle. People don't realize it's a hustle, and I respect the hustle for real. Definitely. I got a question from the fans. This question was asked to me last night. This was when we were listening to the zero one you did. Would you consider making a Christmas album this year?
Oh, definitely open to it. If I don't do a Christmas album, I'm at least gonna put out like a Christmas cover, probably a music video or something like that. You know what I'm saying? No, an idea. I'm a kind of lift from my buddy Dominique Hammond. Sorry, D, it's hot. Gotta use it.
Yeah, they're loving you, man. The fans are loving you. And one thing about our city, man, you already know it's so diverse. You know what I mean? You got people that want to hear everything, and for you to bring jazz and hip hop together, they loving you. They going crazy on my promotional post I did last night. I'm like, calm down, ladies. I'm not the guy. I'm just interviewing him. Calm down. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think that'd be amazing, man. If you could make that happen, I think that'd be awesome, man. Or like you said, even if you just do it for a few covers or whatever, that'd be awesome. Let's see, what's the next question we got for you, man? Hip hop and jazz. 20 plus years ago, this is not a thing at all. What inspires you to put?
Give me 1 second. I'm sorry. 1 second.
Okay.
I accidentally locked the door. I gotta let my wife in.
Yo, everybody, big shout out to episode 26. We did it a few days ago with that boy Loso, top 10 battle rapper in the world. Y'all go check that out. It was a major blessing to have.
Oh, sorry about that, man. I'm about to get kicked out, man. I apparently I locked the wrong lock, man. My wife was like, I couldn't get in.
Oh, you good, brother. You good. But yeah, everybody check that out, man. Episode 26, kicking in with the top 10 battle rapper in the world. That boy Loso, Major Blessings, is up and available now. All right, back to us. Oh yeah, so with hip hop and jazz, 20 plus years ago, this wasn't a thing. What inspired you to bring them together?
Man, I remember, oh man, this would have to be like 2016, 2017. I was playing at, I guess, the Houston version of Sweetie Pie's Sweet Times. You know, I never watched a show or anything like that, so I don't know what was going on with all that. All I know is that they hired me. And so I was like, well, I know they're from St. Louis. So I had just kind of, you know, I DJ'd in my younger days. So I put together like a little track of like Nelly. It was like, Ride With Me, Hot in Here, and Dilemma, and I just blended them all together, and I just did like a little medley. They were like, "Oh, okay, you're a little hip hop saxophone or something," and that's when I came up with the name. And I'm technically Clarence Riley, the hip hop saxophonist, but I changed it to hip hop sax because my son was like, "There ain't nobody finna type that out, man. You gotta make it easy and phonetic." I was like, "You right, hip hop sax." You know, that's something people can remember, and so I just put that on all my brand: hip hop sax, hip hop sax, hip hop sax. You know,
yeah. That's funny. He said, "Dad, ain't gonna type that in." He said, get with the days, Dad.
For real.
My kid be calling me out on some things too, though, man. I'll be feeling old.
Yeah, they help you out though. Them kids, and they'll help you out. They'll keep it a buck with you.
Yeah. Well, what's your dream venue to play at?
Let's see, dream venue. Well, I guess, there's a few of them. Well, I'd love to do Perfect Note, you know. So anybody working at the Perfect Note, y'all need to go ahead and holler at me. Let's make that happen. City Winery, looking at y'all, Atlanta. Come on. Let's get that check right. Let's do it. No, other than that, man, I honestly, I'm trying to set myself up where I can do my own shows in different cities, because it's nothing like, it's great when you have fans in different cities that want to come out and see you. But now I'm trying to get to the point where I just do my own thing. So I don't have to wait on nobody to call me when I'm getting these DMs from people in different states or different cities, like in Tulsa, in Alabama, in Florida, shout out to Miami and shout out to Orlando. When they're like, "Hey, we ain't gonna bring a show here." I'm like, all right, let me just go ahead and start saving up, get my own venue, do my own thing. So that way I don't have to worry about the venues. I don't have to worry about them saying, "We can only pay you X amount of dollars." That's why I tell people, put out your own content and know how to get with the people directly. That's why I have so much love and respect for the Instagram communities like Ha Davis and Country Wayne, people that just got it out the mud, where the venues are like, "Oh, wait, how much we checks in the mail. Yeah, we need you to come on down."
Yeah. That's another thing I tell people, man. The best promotion is promoting yourself.
Yes.
No one can promote yourself better than you can. What artist would you love to do a collaboration with? Like, what's your dream artist to collab with?
Oh man, this is let's see, dream artist. Well, like, are we talking like vocal artist or just jazz musician?
Anything.
Well, I don't know if this is kind of a fair answer, because this is just my favorite person to work with, period. It's my man, Dominique Hammers, on violin. It's like, I can have great chemistry with some people, but anytime we network up, it's just like, it's like homecoming. Like, we may not gig for like 2 years straight, and then we'll be on something, and it's just like, oh, it's like we never left,
Yeah.
That's my favorite person.
Those are the best. That's the best right there. Those are the best, whether it's friendships, collaborations, anything. When you could just meet up with somebody without having to talk with them for after years or whatnot. Yeah. And then, like you said, it's just you don't miss a beat. You know what I mean? Those are the best. Definitely the best. Man, I could think of so many different collabs that I would like to see you with, man, for real. Have you ever thought about doing like a rock and roll collab?
A rock and roll collab? Not as far as a collab, but if you go in my archives, I got some rock and roll stuff, because me and my son, we like wrestling nerds. So we wrestling fans, and anybody that ever watched wrestling, like especially who grew up on it, they would do a lot of rock and roll stuff. So I would, do some stuff like Coldplay or, Kings of Leon, use somebody. So I got some covers doing that stuff too, I may be the hip hop saxophonist, but that's really just a way of saying, hey, I do a little bit of everything. Like, I don't just try to stick with one lane, because, I was the type of musician when I was kind of growing up, I would listen by the radio and just listen to different stations and let me see if I can play this. Let me see if I can play that. And that's just not just me, but my entire band, Vinyl Fusion, live DJ meets live jazz. So with my band, when we get together, like, we'll do our whole set. And then when the DJ starts going, we'll play along with him and kind of it's like bringing a concert experience to like your wedding or your party or something like that. That's just how we vibe.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Oh man, in the future, man, we definitely gotta get you and the band on here, man, for real.
No
We
doubt.
go. We could meet at the studio. I got a studio I'm gonna start dealing with off of 1960, man. All of us get in there, and I think that'd be an awesome episode.
Okay.
Great way to promote all of you guys.
Yeah.
All right, the last question, man. What advice would you give up and coming artists?
Try stuff. Fail. Go back to the drawing board. I've tried so many things. Like you said, back in the day, I was a quote unquote chop and screw DJ. I would make mixtapes. I'm talking 15 years ago and stuff like that. Like, all right, that wasn't the lane for me. I tried a bunch of stuff, With music, I would try different genres. I would try putting stuff out. People wouldn't rock with it. Go back to the drawing board and try again. So I tell people, ain't nothing to try something now. Because it's not like people are going to be like, man, I remember you put out this terrible music 8 years ago. Hey, that's a lot of time to develop. So,
exactly. But there's always going to be, and what I'm about to say, everybody that's listening is going to be listening in the future. There's always going to be people that's going to discourage what you do. You could have put out a great show. You could just perform a great show. Whatever you do, you could have just had the best show of your life. There's always going to be that one person of like, well, you did this wrong. Or remember that one show like he just said 8 years ago. You know what I mean? Don't let that discourage you. Do not let that discourage you.
Yeah. Now, with that being said, sometimes people are going to give constructive criticism because there are cats who I really lean on for like constructive criticism. Like my boy Leon Sax, like he'll kind of put me to the side. Hey, Clarence, hey, yo, do something like this. But he gonna pull me to the side and be like, oh, okay, I got you, and then help me out and give me tips. So shout out to Leo, man. That's my main dude. C-Note of the city. What's up, man?
Already. I definitely feel that. Cause I'm the same way. As soon as I get off here, I'm gonna call my cousin TJ. Big shout out to my cousin TJ, man. He out in New York. But after every episode, I call him and I tell him, give me the truth. I want to hear what I did good on. I want to hear what I did bad on, where I need to improve. You know what I mean? So yeah, definitely take the constructive criticism with the praise also, for real. Yeah. But at the same time, if someone is always talking nothing but negativity, pay that no attention.
No doubt.
If you can do so many things right, but they only want to point out what you did negative, pay that no attention.
No doubt.
Definitely. Man, but in saying that, man, I appreciate it, man. We done, man. Episode 27, kicking it with the extremely talented hiphopsax, where jazz meets hip hop. Man, we are done, man. I appreciate you, brother. I wish you nothing but success beyond your imagination. We'll definitely link the team. So, man, we out of here. H-Town, stand up.
Let's get it. Thanks for having me.